welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. It's Monday the 16th of September 2024. Breaking news for some of you. If you watch this game a lot later, I guess you will already have heard, but there has been another apparent assassination attempt on Trump. This is not good. Every time this happens, he seems to gain support. You know, he already plays the victim. For nonsense stuff, but in this case he is a victim, and this just allows him to continue to moan and in this case justifiably, of course, wail against everything, but this is not going to help matters. We don't want to see him assassinated. We want to see him put in prison, actually. So please don't ever go around shooting anybody, actually, ever. Of course, American obsession with guns seems to be that they've arrested a man with one of those huge weapons. Anyway, it's all nasty business. I should be playing the Guardian's easy level game here, so beginners are welcome. I shall get on with that in just a second. I'll explain the rules of the game as well. Oh, the cat is just about to jump down. Cat's had enough. He doesn't like beginners games. Actually, doesn't like any game of Sudoku, my cat. So let's get on with the game then, shall we? How do we play the game? So you can see there are 9 squares in this row across, and in fact in every row across, and there are 9 squares in every column down, and all we have to do is to fit digits 1 to 9 in each of the empty squares, because some squares are already pre-filled with digits. You can see if you're using a computer, if you click on with a solver like sudokuexchange.com, you can click on a digit like this and it will highlight all of the same instances of that digit. So for example, if I click on an 8, I forgot to tell you, we have these small 3x3 grids, and they also require numbers 1 to 9. So we have 1, 3, 4, 7 and 9 already. We're looking for the other numbers to fill up these 4 empty squares here. Okay, so for example, if we click on an 8 like this, and we look down in this section down here, we have 4 empty squares. Let's do it like this. Hold down the right key, please. We've got 4 empty squares. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have digit 4. We don't have digit 5. We don't have 6, and we don't have 8. We've got the other numbers. So those are the numbers we're looking for. Now, if we happen to click on an 8 like this, we can see that 8 is already in this column, and that means can't reappear. There are only 9 squares in the column, so the number cannot reappear in the column. 8 can't reappear in this column, so these 3 squares are taken out. I shouldn't say that after just hearing about Trump. With these 2 8s up here, and that leaves just 1 empty square, so we know for sure that the 8 must fit there like that. Okay, what else do we know? No, it's a game of looking, really. You have to just look around the grid for different things. I can see something that's a bit more advanced. Okay, let's got 7 across here, 7 across here. When I say across, I mean blocking across, which means forbidding any other instances of digit 7 in this row. And we've got 7 in this column, blocking upwards. So again, if you follow, just scanning along with your eyes across and up and down, and you'll end up with this empty square here that's a 7. We'll continue with the 7s across here, across there, and down there, and that gives us a 7 there. Now, if any of this is too fast for you, please go back, watch the video again. And at the end of this video, I'll be giving you a link to a lot of other easy level puzzles that you can practice and play for your first Sudoku games. Alright, what else am I doing? I'm just thinking about breakfast, actually. Suddenly breakfast occurred to me. Haven't had breakfast yet, I'm getting a bit hungry. That's next on the agenda. 6 blocking up here and across here. There's a 6. But I was up at 5 a.m. this morning working before I go out to work, so I'm having a bit of an active morning, I must say. Okay, now here's something I want to show you. This is an important kind of thing to learn, right? 5 blocks up here. So in this section here, what do we know? In this box here, what do we know? We know that 5 is either in this white square or this white square? Which one? I don't know. We can't really tell. We don't have any 5s across here to let us know about that. But we do know that 5 is either here or here. Now I want to consider this box up here. We've got 5 blocking across here and 5 blocking up here, like this. Now if 5 is in this square, it's going to block all the way up here. And if 5 is in this square, it's still going to block all the way up here. So it doesn't matter which of these two squares 5 is in. This square can't be 5. Now again, we've only got one possibility, so we know that the 5 is there. We're going to do that again. We've got 8 blocking across here like this and 8 blocking up here. What do we know in this section here now? We know that 8 is either here or there. Which one? Can't really tell, but it doesn't matter because whichever one it's in, it's going to block across there, and that's going to give us an 8 in that section there. Then we can use that 8 that we've just filled in. 8's blocking up here and 8 across there will give us an 8 in that square there. Now in this column here, we've got 2 numbers missing. We have to see what they are. We've got 1, we don't have 2, and we don't have 3. We've got everything else, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2 and 3 must be in these empty squares at the end. Now I think you can see that the 3 blocks that square there, so we know that 3 is going to be there and 2 is going to be there. Of course we use logic for this. We don't ever guess. Please don't ever guess at any answers. You just need to use logic and you will get there. It's not a guessing game. Sometimes it takes a while to find the next digit, but that's okay. We will get there eventually, I say. Now we've got 3 blocking down here and 3 blocking across here. That's going to give us a 3 in that square. We'll take that 3 that we just filled in, 3 across here, 3 across there, and 3 down there, which says that that must be our 3. Alright, what am I looking now? Sorry, I was distracted there for a moment. So if you are playing on a computer, it can help you to just click on the digits like this and go through, see pretty quickly where the next number is. Can I do any 1s? I think not. How about 2s? Now if you're playing with pencil and paper, which I recommend when you're a beginner, to be honest with you, you won't have this luxury, but that's okay. It sharpens your skills, gets you more used to the game. So if you can play with pen and print it out and play with pen and paper first of all, when you first start playing the game. After that you can maybe move to the computer once you've really got the hang of it. Okay, so we have 4 blocking down here, and that puts 4 across here, and so that's going to put 4 into that square there. Then the 4 blocking down here means that this is going to be a 4 here. Again, we've only got 2 empty squares. If you only see 2 empty squares in a column, a row, or a block, you should have a look and see what's missing. So we're missing 5 and 6, and that's useful because we can see a 5 blocking that square, so we know that 5 goes there. And we know that 6 is the last digit in this section here that we don't yet have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 6 goes there. Now we've got 5 blocking across here and 5 blocking across here. That gives us a 5 there. And now there's just 1 empty square in this row. And when we count through, we find it's a 9. So we'll fit that in now. Now there are 2 empty squares. I said we should check. So the missing digits here are 4 and 8. But we don't have enough information yet to say what goes up there. We can say what goes in these 2 squares. Again, we may not be able to find which is which, but we know what goes there because we know that this is 4 and 8. So if this is 4, this is 8. If this is 4, this is 8. Excuse me. So those 2 are accounted for. So these 2 squares are not 4 or 8. So they're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them is 6. 7, they're not 8. So 6 and 9 must be in those two squares there. Now you could actually just say 6 and 9 block across there, and it gives us 6 and 9 down there, or you could do it this way. So you're going to find information in several different ways, you'll notice. So we've got 6 and 9 here, we have the 9 blocking from up on high, and so we know that's the 9 and that's the 6. As I said before, if any of this is too fast, please just rewind. Now what? Okay, I've forgotten where I was. So, but I said to you before that it's sometimes a good idea to go through in numerical fashion to see what's next available. And you can do that anytime. Oh, I see there are 2 empty squares up here. We should check and see what's there. This is 2 and 5 for this column, right? This column doesn't have 2 or 5, and I see the 5 blocking across there. So there's the 5 and there's the 2. Okay, we are missing 5 in this row, and we've got a 5 blocking here. So that is going to be the only possible location for a 5, and we'll come back and fill in the missing digit here. It's a 2. We don't have a 2 in this row yet, so let's fill in that now. We have 5 blocking up here and 5 blocking down here. That puts 5 into this square here, 5 blocking across here and 5 blocking up here. And that's the final digit 5. So there are no more 5s to find on this board. We have a 5 in every row, column and block already. There are always 9 instances of each digit, and we've found all 9 of our 5s on this particular grid, so there are no more to look for. Now I can go back to the 1s again because things have changed. Okay, if you make a few changes, things change on the grid, so you could always go back and start counting through the numbers again if you desire to do that. And I think, why not? It's not something I always do, but it's something that I quite often do, I suppose. Now we've got 4 blocking this square here. In this column we don't have 4 yet, and there's only one other empty square, so we know the 4 is there. And now there's 1 empty square for this column, and that's going to be a 2. So now we have 2 across here, 2 across there. And that gives us a 2 there, and 2 down here will give us 2 in that square. 2 across here. You see how we're using the numbers that we just filled in to find the next iteration of that digit, and 2 down here will give us the final digit 2. So now the 2s and the 5s are finished. There are no more left. Now I see 1 empty square here, so I should see what goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 8. It's got to be an 8. Then the 8 blocks down here, giving us the 8 here. And this is a 4 for this particular block here. 4 blocks up to the top and 4 blocks across here. That gives us 4 in that square. Now there's only one number missing down here. It's a 1. And then we have 1 across here, across there, and up there, like so. That gives us a 1 in that square. There's 1 digit missing from this row or this block, and that's also a 1. We'll take 1 going up here and 1 across there will give us 1 there. Like I said, it's too fast. Just slow down, go back, watch again. We have 2 empty squares here. There are 6 and 7, but we don't have any information to tell us which is which just yet. So we'll leave that for the moment, and we'll look in other places. There are 2 empty squares here. The missing numbers are 3 and 9. Can we say which is which? Answer: no, not yet. Okay. There are 2 empty squares here, which are also going to be 3 and 9. So if you imagine this, right, there are only 2 empty squares here. So we are limited to 3 and 9. And then when you look at this row, there are only 2 empty squares in this row. And we know this is 3 and 9. So we know that this is also going to be 3 or 9. Okay? Now, can it be 9? No, because we have a 9 in this block already. So the 9 is going to be here. and we know that the 3 is going to be there, and the 3 is also going to be there, like so. 3 blocking up here, 3 across here. There's our 3. One more digit to go in this column, which is a 7. 7 blocks across here, giving us 7 there, and 7 going up to the top and across here will give me 7. The final digit 7 there. Now let's come back and fill in this empty square here, which is a 6, and there's one empty square in this row, which is 4 and 9. Now we've got 2 empty squares here. The missing numbers are 4, so immediately when I see a 4 blocking there, I know that the 4 goes there without even working out the other missing number. In fact, the other missing number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be a 6. 6 blocks down here, giving us 6 in that square. There's one more number for this column, this row, and this block. It's all the same. It's going to be a 4. Now we have 6 blocking across here, which gives us a 6 in this square, and the last number for the entire grid is going to be a 9, and that's our first Sudoku puzzle solved. Like I said, there'll be a link to some easy puzzles here. You need to practice them by yourself. Okay, thank you, bye bye.